Good morning, class. We are on lesson 54. It's page 345. We just finished up with the power up. Now we have our paper out. We're on the back side of the power up. We're taking a look at our new concept. Today it's going to be dividing multiples of 10. It's really just a review of long division. Our 4 steps for long division are divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, do it again. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, do it again. But now we're going to be doing it with multiples of 10. So you're going to divide by 10 or 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on. Let's take a look at our first example problem here. It says the staff arranged 454 chairs in the school gymnasium. They may be setting up for a Christmas Eve service. Each row of the arrangement contains 30 chairs, except for the last row. How many complete rows of chairs are there, and how many chairs are left over? In other words, what's the remainder? So they set it up like this. 454 divided by 30. Now we're dividing by a 2-digit number. And so we're going to divide it into the first 2 digits. So we're saying to ourselves, how many times does 30 go into 45? Now a little clue to you guys this week is a lot of times it's going to be a small number. Here's a way that they teach us that we can think about it. How many times does, now just look at the 3, not the 0, 3 go into 4. Oh, that makes it a little bit easier. 3 goes into 4 one time. So 30 goes into 44 one time. The key here is that you put the 1 over the 5. 30 does not go into 4. 30 goes into 45 one time. Now when you multiply, you got to multiply both numbers. 1 times 0 is 0, and 1 times 3 is 30. Now when it's 1 times 30, you probably already know that, but take your time on it, because sooner this will be like a 35 or a 38, and you'll have to multiply twice. Now we're going to subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5, and 4 minus 3 is 1. Bring down the 4. Ooh, now we got a really big number. 154 divided by 30. Now watch my little trick here. 15 divided by 3. See how I cover up 1 digit in each one of those? 15 divided by 3, that's really easy, is 5. 5 times 0 is 0, and 5 times 3 is 15. When you subtract, you get 4. Remainder 4. Now really what this means is there's 15 rows and 4 chairs left over. That was what the questions had asked us. When you put it in your answer key, you can just write it like this. 15 remainder 4. Check a problem, check a problem, check, check, check. 15 times 30. Remember, the quotient times the divisor. Hang that 0 out, bring that 0 down. 3 times 5 is 15, carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 450, plus the remainder of 4, and 354. When you come up with the same number as a dividend, you know you did it right. Example number 2. Mr. Gibson has a small grove of 15 young orange trees that produce 782 pounds of oranges this year. Wow, that's a lot of oranges. Estimate the average number of pounds of oranges by each tree. So we have 782 pounds of oranges, and we have 18. Now it says estimate, so we're going to round those. To underline the 1, look at the 8, that rounds to 20. And underline the 7, look back at the 8, and that says 800. Now it's really super simple. Use my cover-up method. How many times does 2 go into 8? 4 times. So how many times does 20 go into 80? 4 times. The 4's got to go above the second digit. Divide by 2-digit number. 4 times 20 is 80. When you subtract, you get 0. 20 goes into there 0 times. So about 40 pounds of oranges from each orange tree. I kind of like when you estimate. That makes it easy. All right, well, let's do another one. Example number 3 says, Tyra bought 20 bread rolls for $4.60. What's the cost of each bread roll? So we got $4. It's a money problem with a decimal. We're still going to do it the exact same way. $4.60 divided by 20 bread rolls. Cover up again and say, how many times does 2 go into 4? 2 goes into 4 twice. 2 times 0 is 0, and 2 times 4 is 4. Now you subtract, you get 6, bring down your 0. How many times does 2 go into 6? 3 times. So how many times does 20 go into 60? 3 times. 3 times 20 is 60, and you get 0. Bring up my decimal point, it's dollars, so throw a 0 there, and my money sign. Each bread roll costs you 23 cents. Alright, well, let's get 3 from the bottom. We'll start with A, $4.20 divided by 30. Remember your cover-up method. How many times does 3 go into 4? 1 time, right? The numbers are going to be small. 1 times 30 is 30. And when we subtract, we get 12. Bring down 0, 120. Oh, that sounds so hard. No. How many times does 3 cover up one number, go into cover up one number, 12? Oh, really easy. 4 times. 4 times 30 is 120. Bring up my decimal. I need a 0 in front and a dollar sign. The cover-up method is going to really help us today. 725 divided by 60. This one's going to have a remainder because it ends with a number that's not a 0. How many times does 60 go into 720? 25. How many times does 6 go into 7? 1 time. 1 times 60 is 60. Subtract, and you get 12. Bring down the 5. Boy, they make it easy on us, right? How many times does 6 go into 12? 2 times. Hopefully this is easy to see. 2 times 0 is 0, and 2 times 6 is 12. And your remainder is 5. Let's check this one. Check a problem, check a problem, check. 12 times hanging that 0 out, 60. 0 down. 6 times 2 is 12, carry the 1. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 1 more is 7, plus your remainder of 5. Alright, go ahead and look at... let's jump to E. That one was kind of tough. 610 divided by 50. You're covering up, you're really asking yourself, how many times does 5 go into 6? 1 time. Remember, it's got to go above the second number because now it's really how many times does 50 go into 61? 1 times 50 is 50. You get 110. How many times is 5 go into 11? 2 times. 2 times 50 is 100. Subtract remainder 10. Now check that one out. Sometimes we're going to have a bigger remainder than we've had in the past because we have a bigger number that we're dividing by. If you have a big remainder, it just has to be smaller than the number you're dividing by. Alright guys, that's it. Dividing by multiples of 10. Remember our strategy. Use the little cover-up method to help you figure out how many times it's going to go in there, and then go ahead and divide.